minutes. What is it, 40, 45?
40.
40. It's 40.
Yeah, it's Big Shield.
I should know this.
Yeah, come on, Baco
I know,
player.
right? You know, he's had some patch changes, and I get scared to read them, so I just, I don't want it to be bad, so I just keep playing him. All right, but that's going to be it for our second match. Impact really taking it to Weedham Boys.
Yes, and that sets us up for a tiebreaker situation in Group B now.
Yeah.
So if Weedham Boys lose also to GateKeepers, and GateKeepers and Impact both beat Pulse Drunk, who is the other team they'll be playing, we will have a tiebreaker for first place against GateKeepers and Impact. That's going to be insane.
Yeah, I actually, for the first time, really hope this is a tiebreaker because I just want to watch that matchup today because we're not going to get to see it. So moving on to our next match, we have Pulse Drunk and GateKeepers.
Okay.
Oh, no, we just talked about this one. Who's got to win it?
GateKeepers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pulse Drunk, they've had a bit of an issue in this BPL. They've had a hard time finding their stride and finding a comp that works for them, and it's reflected in their score. They're currently sitting at 0-4 in the bottom of their group. They desperately need to find something, but even if they take a couple games, they're already secured last seed. The only team they could potentially challenge is Weedham Boys, but they've lost 0-2 in the head-to-head, so there won't even be a tiebreaker. Pulse Drunk already secured last place.
Well, that's not going to be great, but at this point, they're kind of the upset team. They're just trying to take wins off of people. And remember, that doesn't mean that they're just out of the BPL.
Right,
it means that they still have to play in the promotion relegation. Then if they don't perform well, then they're out of the BPL.
Yes, so they're going to have one more chance against the last place of Group A, and if they manage to lose that, they will be out of the BPL.
So GateKeepers, we know that they're a team that is obviously right now contending for the top spot of their group. Them and Impact coming in, kind of the ones that are challenging each other. What do we got for them?
You know, they're pretty good. That's all I got.
That's all I got?
GateKeepers, they pretty good.
That's my type of analysis.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. They're good at what they do, and what they do is combo. Yeah, they do incredibly well off the back of Rutha setups. And Rutha, he just always manages to find these miraculous, like, triple in-cap, double in-cap setups on the Baco. It's like I play with a Baco in matchmaking, unnamed, and you don't often see stuff like that. You don't see, like, just easy 2-man, 3-man in-caps because it's not easy. But this man makes it look so incredibly easy. And without the Baco, without Rutha being able to do that for his team, I think the GateKeepers would be a completely different team. Because Hot Biscuit, he's always relied on that type of setup. Yeah. Even back in the day when he played with Woozak, he relied on the Croak to give him the easy Volcano Infernal Scourge combos. And now Rutha has kind of filled that role. He plays the in-cap machine Baco.
Yeah. And the types of players that you'll see that are always ready for the combos are ones that can find crazy value in their M1s, right? Because an Ashka that's landing M1s doesn't really care about casting his abilities because he doesn't need to help with that damage.
Great point.
An Ashka that might not be landing as much M1s or as many M2 combos, he's like, I'm going to put a stun down because I want to deal some damage. I haven't dealt a lot of damage in a while. I need to help my team. Yeah. But if you're just really good at positioning, you can always put enough pressure on with your M2 volleys, and you can just make sure that you're snagging at least 4 or 5 M1s on every engage. You're fine. At this point, you're just waiting for that in-cap because you don't need to use the Q. Yeah, and I think that's something very cool about combo players. There are some players like Averse who we just associate with being a mechanical genius who can out M1 his enemy. But Hot Biscuit, he's on the opposite end of the spectrum. He plays very team-oriented and just really plays safe until he finds easy opportunities with his allies. And that's what I think makes him so fun to watch. Yeah. He just really works with his team well. No surprise, we'll see an Ashka out of GateKeepers, Pulse Drunk with the Thorn. Okay. Again, the safe pick that everyone's been picking. He's got just enough support, just enough peel, just enough mid-control that makes him a very well-rounded melee. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to talk about it again. He's not my favorite. He's not my favorite. They're running with the Paloma, and we're actually seeing a Rook from the GateKeepers. So I guess GateKeepers may be taking this game as a chance to experiment a little bit. Yeah. We saw the Rook from them last week. They played Rook Ulrich, and they switched up their roles, actually. They put Rutha onto the Ulrich and played Jolts on Rook, which is the opposite of what they've been doing. Jolts has been their support player for the last couple of months, so to see him play the Rook was a bit of a surprise. Yeah. And I don't think we'll see it again, as to be honest, Rutha didn't look as comfortable on the support as he does on something like a Baco. And with the Blossom, that means it's probably definitely Jolts on Blossom. Certainly means it's Jolts. They have come to the conclusion that Rutha needs to be playing the melee, so it'll be very interesting to see how Rutha plays this Baco. I don't think I've ever seen him, or not Baco, Rook, but Rook. I just associate those two. I know, right? But yeah, I've never seen him play Rook, so it'll be cool to see how he does. So we're going to see Jamong for the final pick on Pulse Drunk. Something to note, whenever Jolts plays Blossom, is he tapes down his F key. So the moment he hits 100% energy, he just goes off. It. What's funny is I tuned into his stream a little bit after, and someone was asking him about it because we were commenting a lot on the fact that he just spams F all the time, and he's like, do you know how much damage this does? Have you ever looked at how much damage this does with the Battlerite? Just the last hit with the Battlerite does like 35 or 40 or something insane. Oh, so he takes the alt Battlerite? I think he does. I think that's what he was talking about. That's wild. I wonder if he still does. I mean, if you're gonna use an ult 4 times in a match, you might as well. Yeah. I mean, you're going to get a lot of damage. I think that's what he was taking.
We talk about it with Pestilus, how Pestilus just likes to spam his ulti. We mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah.
I guess Blossom kind of the same way. And Pestilus, we saw them take the Scarab blind battle, right? Blossom with kind of the same idea. If you're going to press that ulti button a lot, you will get value out of that battle right inevitably.
If anyone happens to know if I'm right or wrong about Jolt's going for that battle right, I guess we'll see.
I'm going to say you're right, because generally you're smart and good at things.
I don't know about that.
I got you.
I'm over here saying that I'm not a fan of the meta sometimes, or the flavor of the month. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy.
That's fine. Without you saying things like that, my analysis has no value. It's the yin and the yang.
That's true. Someone's got to be hated. I think one of my favorite parts about this game is just how fun it can be. There's somebody, I just see him in the chat right now, played a couple games. Such positive energy out of just some random people I go up against. We were calling each other gods, having a good time.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's
I
always
love happy
cool.
people. We need more happy people in the world. It's fun to be happy and friendly. More people should try it. Be nice to your enemies in solo queue. Tell them they're amazing.
So sadly wasn't able to see Jolt's Battlerite.
Unlucky.
Well, maybe I'll just ask him later.
We'll see how this Jumong goes. Jumong generally seen as the counter to Rook. If Rook finds himself trapped in some Rain of Arrows and a bear trap, he might find himself in trouble.
Rook's gone in. Oh, and he actually M2's over the panic. That's actually really bad for Paloma.
Yeah, Biceps.
Rook's just not going to stop.
Biceps, he uses space and his other side already, Carpet.
Oh my god, though, but look what happened to Rook. Jamong happened to Rook. Geekish Nerd, though, taking a lot of damage as well in return for dumping all that energy. Red team secures the orb through the Rain of Arrows. The M2 onto Rutha. There it is. Spam that eat. I know you're used to Paco, but this guy's got sustain.
Yeah, he gets those green shards down bottom too, which is incredibly important as he was pretty low in terms of max HP. He's now found himself back at half, a safe point to engage with.
Jolt has ultimate. I give him 15 seconds till he uses it.
15? That's a lot.
Well, you know he's waiting. He's gonna actually. He's probably waiting for a good time for the iframe. Hot Biscuit's also got it though. There's. Oh no, the incap. It got broken. There comes the ultimate. Oh. Everyone's ulting. What's going on?
You said you gave him 15 seconds. That took 8.
You counted? I'm actually really impressed. You know what? I deserve to be wrong if you're actually going to count it. There's the ultimate onto Jolts from Jamong, but it's not going to be a whole lot of value there. Rutha incapacitate onto Thorn. There's the burrow. Jolt's taking down Jamong easily on the bottom. Gatekeepers. You know, there was a really big trade early on in that. It was Rutha and Jamong. Rutha got caught with almost nothing. Geekish Nerd's like, okay, I'm going to put 50 energy into you, which is equivalent of about 200 damage because I'm Jamong. But then he used so much energy in all of his cooldowns that he took just as much in return from Hot Biscuit.
Yeah, and that's why you see as Jumong being the counter to Rook. He takes so much damage so quickly when he has that downtime in between cooldowns. But in that instance, Rutha was able to output so much damage onto Biceps Paloma that it turned out okay. In just like the first 10 seconds alone, the Paloma was burst down to about half HP and used the other side. That is like the worst case scenario for a Paloma. This round, though, starting pretty well for Gatekeepers once again is Sephiroth on the Thorn, getting chunked pretty hard, and Biceps, the other side, was forced again.
Entangle getting gusted right back into Thorn's face. There's the counter hit. Oh, no, nice. But the M2 from Geekish Nerd, well-timed, secures an orb for them.
Rutha, that very defensive charge there, getting that green and eating up a little bit. Healing up, and Sephiroth, he needs some healing too, and the gust reflects the Dragon Slayer, I think. The Dragon Slayer getting no damage.
Hot Biscuit no longer has his Q. Haven't seen a lot of in-cap combos. There's going to be an ultimate from Jolts. Baco, murdered Baco. Rook stuck in that Paloma ultimate.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Hot Biscuit outputs a ton of damage with his Infernal Scorch, and he finds a Volcano too on the Paloma. He's just posting up M1ing Biceps.
He's almost got another ultimate already. Would you look at that? Between the orb and all the damage he just put out.
Yeah, that Inspiration Battlerite really paying its dividends right now. He has it, and he's going to throw it out. Sephiroth lives with 2 HP, though, but eventually he will die as Hot Biscuit not going to let that one get away.
Rook just trying to be the biggest pain that he can. It's funny seeing Rutha playing on Rook, and this is what I mean by when you see someone that is clearly dominant in a single champion, when he moves to another one, you see essences of that champion playstyle, right?
You see the leftovers?
Yeah, I mean, like, a Rook spacing in defense, I don't think I've ever seen that, right? That is a very Baco thing to do. It's like, I got to break a line of sight, I'll use my space, it's okay, I got my E.
Sure.
Rooks don't have an E that moved them.
No.
So seeing him actually retreat with that was actually it's just interesting. It's not bad or good, right? It really depends. It's all situational. But you just so rarely see that out of Rook because Rook is such a forward, just keep going.
He's a goer.
Yeah, he's a goer. He's not a no-goer. Jolt eating the M2, waiting on that tree of life. Zephyr Dodd. He's trying to dodge as many things as possible without a lot of cooldowns, had the space for safety. Prowl down for Jamong. He's also going to get M2. The armor break is on him. There's the boulder. He's just slowly taking so much damage, but they notice that Rook has almost nothing left. He uses an eat to negate damage. Jolt just supporting, getting the weaken, not landing anything on the stun. Everyone's just building up to ultimates. No, everyone's spamming up their energy.
Finally, GateKeepers going to back out to mid and secure the orb. Rutha almost did a full bar of energy. Same with Hot Biscuit. Ooh, the Dance of the Dryads coming out, negating a lot of damage. The big weaken, and the Dragon Slayer from Geekish Nerd misses. So unfortunate.
I mean, you can just... Watching Jolt on support is a pretty fun thing. He's got such quick reactions. He plays it so aggressively.
I don't look at him.
He knows the damage that she can put out. There's the stun. Look at him. He's trying to 1v2 up there.
Yeah, you talked about the aggression, and he was just posting up trying to 1v1 or 1v2 against Paloma and Jumong. What a madman.
Rook has an ultimate, but he probably won't use it. Jolt does have his. He guaranteed will.
Ooh, that counter proc was incredibly important.
Oh, there's the combo.
Oh my God!
Damage!
Where did their HP go, Carpet? In an instant, the Infernal Scorch and Rook ultimate just burst them down, shredding through Pulse Trunk. My God!
Can you macro to where when you press F, your whole team's forced to press F? That was actually the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That was nuts,
Here
dude.
I was saying Rutha's not going to ult.
Yeah.
Little did I know that him, Hot Biscuit, and Jolts were in cahoots. Oh my God.
I love that timing, just to make you look like an idiot. Carpet,
I'm cool with it. Hey, if you make me look like an idiot for a play like that, I will eat that.
Oh, Rutha has to pause and take a breather after that one. A little too exciting for him.
He's wondering how Jolt's gotten his computer to make him press F. He's like, whoa, I didn't want to do that.
They synchronized their watches for when the F presses would happen and happen at the same time.
I wonder who shouted that out loud. Someone had. So F now, everybody. Oh, that was probably. I haven't seen a triple ult like that in a long time.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I think we're gonna get a replay of it too. Get to watch the action unfold once again. You know, I want to see that again. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, while we're waiting on Rutha to reconnect, hopefully we don't miss too much action.
Oh God.
All three ultimates.
He dodges that Ghost Wolf with the ultimate too. Very nice play from Rutha. And wow, the second hit of that ultimate just does so much.
Good God. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll request it one more time when we get out of this because I want to watch that. I want to watch where everyone's damage goes. This time, though, opening up way better for Pulse Trunk.
Yeah, Reign of Arrows creating quite an issue for Hot Biscuit to start this round off. He dodges that pull, which is pretty big, but now Rutha, he's found himself hard committed and taking quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, he might want to eat somewhere in this, but I don't know if he has it right now. He should. Might not just be as much muscle memory for him.
Ooh.
Great double stun.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually turns and finds Rutha.
Yeah, just the tip of that Dragon Slayer ends up hitting the Rook, getting a decent amount of damage, but Rutha's able to reconnect to the right side of the map and get the greens.
He's got an ultimate, and he's got a wall. Name me a better duo.
Oh, wait.
Jolt has an ultimate. There it is, the triple ultimate again. Are they going to do it? Please tell me they're going to do it. They're just waiting. Oh, they got the panic. One, two, three.
Oh, my God. There they go. The synergy from GateKeepers, man, they all pop off their ultis at once. I'm sure they're figuring like, hey, at least one of us will get value as we'll force outs with the other abilities. And man, all of those abilities come in waves, so it's so interesting to watch that happen because it's like even if the side of Pulse Trunk iframes the first wave of Tremor or the first Dance of the Dryad, there's more coming. If you black arrow that first one, the second one's gonna smack you right in the face. And with so much pressure being applied at once, you can't avoid that from Pulse Trunk. Inevitably, you get value.
All I can picture is this janitor with a bucket full of damage who trips and falls and it just goes all over the floor. That's what it looks like. There's just animations everywhere between Rook, the Dryad, everything. GateKeepers now again. Will we see another clean sweep today?
We're seeing why GateKeepers are so heavily favored though in this match, performing absolutely impeccably.
I'm not even worrying about the end-cap lineups. They're literally just farming ult. Although we did just see a gust. Probably some eats already from Rutha. We saw an in-cap.
Wow, Rutha found himself with no cooldowns. He finally starts to take punishing for it.
Still goes in. The entangle on Ashka instead of Rutha. I'm okay with that. Didn't want to give any Rutha more of a shield. He's going to go pick up some green shards while Pulse Trunk does the same on the left-hand side. Dodging up for the space. There's one. There's two. There's,
oh, God.
Oh, there you go. What are you going to do? There's another. There's another. How many ultimates? can Gatekeepers spam at once?
It's so cool
I think
watching.
I saw 4 there somehow.
You think you saw 4 ultis? Man, Gatekeepers and Impact, watching these guys ult is very similar. It seems like they always get max value. So good at tracking cooldowns and knowing when they can pop off with their ultimates. And man, Gatekeepers, round after round, it seemed like they were just snagging these rounds for free off big ulti combos.
Ulti combos indeed. Hot Biscuit, Jolts, and Rutha. Just trying to, at the moment they get that 100% energy, they just look around, see if their teammates did the same thing, and just hold it. Hold it and wait. We see plenty of ults out of Jolt, and Jolt on support, especially as a Blossom. We've talked about how strong Blossom is, but we still don't see her very much in 3s.
Right.
And there's a couple of reasons. I don't really even know if I know the reasons. Obviously, they exist, or people would pick her. And maybe we can talk a little bit about that. But Jolt plays her so well because she is aggressive. She can play aggressive. Her EX space, her charged M1, her stun. She's got a lot of ways to really just pump out like 40 to 60 damage if she really lines things up.
Right.
And then she has retreat to really save her until that cooldown start to come back, and Gust as well. So it's really hard to punish her when she does go in.
Yeah, yeah. We saw it last week kind of bite him in the butt a little bit as Lorio found good ults on him reliably simply because of